Hi there, it's Paul. Just a quick little follow-up video on being spontaneous, and so actually doing what I actually was talking about as part of what today is all about. Today decided to come up to Mt Shasta, rent some snowshoes, and get up here and play a little bit. Possibly see Bigfoot, you never know. Maybe St Germain, perhaps an encounter with some aliens, you never know. But I did tell the aliens that I get to drive. I think that scared them a little bit. So at any rate, one of the things that I stopped to do on the way up the mountain today was to stop at the Sacramento headwaters and get some water. And in the past, when I've stopped there, people have claimed its healing qualities are just simply amazing and miraculous in a lot of cases. A lot of people able to stop medications that they were on, found themselves healing in where medication wasn't helping them at all. So that brings up a question of how much permission did they have or do you have to heal yourself? For myself, I'll tell you a little story, and that was I had a realization about a year or two ago that when I would go to see the doctor in the past, once the doctor actually wrote a prescription, it was like I had permission to heal myself. And when that dawned on me later on, it was like, oh my goodness, that is crazy. And when you think about the restrictions on the medical community because of the insurance and just oversight and limited time and billing and all the other nonsense, most of the doctors don't have time to really treat you. They're treating a symptom. So again, how much permission do you have to heal yourself? And if not, why? Is it because you've been told you have to see a doctor to actually feel better? So it brings up another point where some of the Filipino guys that would channel these amazing beings and do psychic surgery with their bare hands. There was a story where the FBI actually busted in on a healing that was happening in Sacramento where one of the Filipino faith healers was performing. And they not only arrested him, but they confiscated all the stuff that he had pulled out of people. And he was using his hands. So the question is, well, number one, when they went to find out what the stuff was that he had pulled out, they couldn't identify it. It was an unknown substance. So what were they going to charge him with? Pulling out an unknown substance from people? But again, why is it not okay for a faith healer to heal somebody versus a doctor? There's universal law, there's spiritual law, there's the law of the God of your hearts that actually, in the universe, there's universal law that actually, I think, supersedes everything down here. So, there's a lot of, hands-on is not allowed unless you're, it's not allowed unless you have a massage license or you're a minister, for crying out loud, which is in some cases understood because there are some people that actually have abused it. But at any rate, how much permission do you have to heal yourself? Do you have to be in a special place? Mt Shasta is a very special spiritual place to a lot of people, including myself, actually. But do I need to come here to heal myself? Sometimes I'll actually probably say it does help. I think today part of what the drive is not only to be spontaneous, but part of it is I'm working on my fifth chakra and some of the past trauma from past lives, and working on just letting go of a lot of the past pain and healing that. That's me, but for everybody it's always going to be a little bit different. So in terms of healing yourself, what comes up when, what comes up when I ask you, what is it that you need, or how much permission do you need to heal yourself? It's a huge question, because I do believe we are our own best healers. So I'm going to fully grant you 100% permission to actually heal yourself. Nobody else may, but I will. And most of the time, it's a lesson that we have brought into our lives that we're in resistance to embracing and acknowledging that lesson. We're in resistance to growth. We're wanting to hold on to the past because it's safer than moving forward. And sometimes there's an unknown factor that gets in there. But that's part of the beauty of it. If you knew everything that was going to unfold in your life in front of you, what fun would that be? And what choices would you have? You wouldn't have the choices to actually make a decision to go down to the path to the right or stay on the road. You know, you may choose to get off the beaten path for a while and discover what's behind that next corner that maybe the road doesn't lead to. So, at any rate, here's to healing ourselves, to being spontaneous, to allowing more joy and love in your life. And until the next quick video, make it a great afternoon and best wishes on your journey.